Not everything that is recorded by a camera can be easily understood. Every day, images emerge that defy logic, confuse experts, and raise unanswered questions. Are they perceptual errors, editing tricks, or is there something beyond our comprehension behind these scenes? These are the cases you will watch today. The security camera installed in a girl's bedroom captured a chilling moment that went viral on social media. In the footage, the girl appears sleeping peacefully until, suddenly, what seemed like a moment of peace turns into something extremely macabre. The blanket she was using is pulled and literally flies across the room. Soon after, it is the girl's turn to be yanked. That is exactly what you heard. She appears being dragged across the floor, and most astonishingly, she does not wake up. It even looks like a scene from a movie. The recording ends with the girl waking up, visibly not understanding any of what had happened. After all, she was on the floor, face down, her blanket far away, and everything around her had been thrown to the ground. Imagine your reaction after seeing the camera footage. I, frankly, would never go back to that room. A completely curious and unusual video showed the moment when a rabbit, in an, let us say, inexplicable way, emerged from the ocean. The scene, filmed by a person on a beach, shows the animal simply appearing out of nowhere, coming out of the water and running across the area. Since a rabbit is not a marine animal nor commonly seen on beaches or in the ocean, the video started circulating and generating countless theories online. Many people even cited something supernatural that could have been possessing the rabbit. Due to the recording's repercussion, besides the many lay people sharing their theories, some specialists confirmed that it is indeed rare to find a rabbit this way, but they explained that these animals can indeed be good swimmers and manage to adapt in such an environment. An impressive video shows an accident caused when a gondola at a ski station in Spain lost control, resulting in at least 30 people injured, including 4 in serious condition. The images capture the moment when the runaway gondola hurls skiers, causing panic among those present. Many skiers who were descending were forced to throw themselves into the snow to save themselves and avoid a collision further ahead, as the seats were tangling with each other at the lower part of the gondola. Local authorities are investigating the causes of the accident, which is still very recent, and there is little detailed information. They also emphasize the importance of maintenance and safety of these equipments. A striking video of a pickup truck boarding a vessel was widely shared on social media and went viral. In the footage, filmed by someone already on the vessel, we see the pickup truck crossing over an improvised bridge made of 2 wooden planks that almost broke under the vehicle's weight. Yes, that is exactly what you heard. To load the extremely expensive pickup onto the vessel, they used only 2 planks under the wheels, and they nearly gave way. It seems as if the vehicle could have fallen into the water at any moment. The video is extremely agonizing, and as we can see, it was by a hair's breadth that disaster did not occur. They risked in a completely unnecessary way and relied solely on luck. A woman recorded a video in which she appears cutting her acrylic nails in a very unusual way, and the situation drew a lot of attention. In the video, she places her hand on the table and shows her extremely long and sharp nails. However, with a simple punch, she manages to tear part of them off, leaving them square and shorter in a bold move. But beyond that, what drew the most attention was the fact that her nails grow back in an instant. Yes, that's right. As soon as she cuts the nails square, she raises her hand and, inexplicably, the same nails appear again, longer and sharp. Could it be a regenerative power? Slowing down the video, the change in shape and size of the nails in a matter of seconds becomes even clearer. Many internet users commented on the possibility of an optical illusion or some kind of trick, but in fact, there is no definitive explanation for what it could be. Some videos showing leaves floating through the streets in an inexplicable way began circulating and astounding many people. In the recordings, the leaves appear suspended in the air, static, with no apparent explanation. It even looks like a montage or something supernatural, but experts have ruled out that hypothesis, stating that the videos are real. They explain that most likely it is a spider web holding up the leaf, or even the wind blowing continuously, making it hover for a few moments, exactly at the moment the video was captured. Despite these hypotheses, many people continue to believe in something more mysterious, even citing a possible glitch in the Matrix. A disturbing and very strange video captured by a security camera in a bedroom also went viral. In the recording made in the middle of the night, two women appear sleeping normally when one of them starts behaving in an extremely odd way. She moves and assumes a very strange position, as if she were interacting with someone. However, there is no one there. This makes the moment even more frightening, leading one to believe that some spirit could be taking advantage of her sleep to drain her energy in a sexual manner. As you can see, the blanket also moves, making it clear that there was some presence, although invisible in the images. Could it be a ghost? Leave your opinion in the comments. The interrogation of Stephen McDaniel is widely considered one of the most disturbing and analyzed in recent criminal history. In 2011, McDaniel, then a law student at Mercer University in Macon, Georgia, United States, murdered his neighbor and classmate, Lauren Giddings. He broke into her apartment using a master key, strangled her, and subsequently dismembered the body, discarding the remains in a nearby trash bin. During the interrogation, McDaniel exhibited unusual behavior. He remained almost completely motionless and expressionless for hours. This behavior, coupled with his initial attempt to pose as a concerned neighbor in press interviews, attracted public and media attention. In 2014, McDaniel accepted a plea deal, confessing to the murder in exchange for a life sentence, thus avoiding the death penalty. He will be eligible for parole in 2041. An impressive video circulating on social media shows an insect that appears dead but still moves, a real phenomenon caused by parasitic fungi such as cordyceps. These fungi infect insects, control their behavior, and turn them into zombies to complete their life cycle. The video in question shows an insect walking on vegetation, even with part of its body in decomposition. The cause of this anomaly is a parasite that infects and commands the host's behavior until its death. The fungus manipulates the nervous system so that the insect climbs vegetation and clamps on with its jaws before dying. After death, the fungus grows and releases spores to infect others. This phenomenon inspired works of fiction such as The Game and series The Last of Us, where a similar fungus transforms humans into zombies. Although frightening, these fungi do not pose a risk to humans. An unusual video that went viral on social media shows a man ice skating on a frozen lake in the company of his pet, a bear, that pulls him on a leash. The recording, made in Russia, shows the bear running on the ice while the man glides behind. The scene elicited mixed reactions. Some found it impressive, others expressed concern for the animal's welfare and safety. Although the video is real, it is worth remembering that keeping bears as pets is extremely controversial and dangerous. Wildlife experts generally discourage the domestication of wild animals, as it can lead to unpredictable situations and harm both humans and animals. A terrifying video recorded in a kitchen shows the moment when the resident is pulled by her hair in a completely supernatural way. In the video, the young woman is in the kitchen at night when suddenly her hair is yanked backward. The strangest part is that, theoretically, no one should be there to do it, meaning that according to the images, she is accompanied by some spirit. Upon being pulled, she falls to the floor, and the plate she was holding shatters. Frightened, she looks for someone but finds nothing. The video quickly went viral online, becoming a feast for supernatural enthusiasts to theorize about the possibility of the house being haunted. Another curious video that caught attention online shows a man handling a bottle of drink with a strange, solid body inside. He shows the bottle with what appears to be old, strange liquid. Inside, there was something solid that, according to reports, was yeast that had overgrown. For those who do not know, yeast is the fungus responsible for fermenting the drink. However, when very old and stored improperly, it can turn into something solid in the liquid. As we can see, the man removes the yeast from the bottle, and it even looks alive, which sparked many people's curiosity. A video that went viral on social media shows a man apparently sleeping at the wheel of a Tesla Model 3 while the vehicle traveled on the Rodovia dos Imigrantes in São Paulo, Brazil. In the recording, the driver's seat is reclined, and he appears to have his eyes closed with no hands on the wheel while the car continues to move. The owner, Rafael Zamarian Leonhardt, later explained that although autopilot was engaged and the seat was reclined, he was not sleeping. According to Leonhardt, he had waved at the driver who filmed him just before the video was captured. He also emphasized that the autopilot system requires constant driver attention, issuing visual and auditory alerts if the hands are off the wheel for too long. It is important to highlight that despite autopilot's advanced capabilities, Tesla vehicles are not fully autonomous. Current legislation requires the driver to remain fully attentive and ready to take control at any moment. Experts warn that even with driver assist technologies, behaviors like sleeping at the wheel are dangerous and can lead to traffic violations. A video that went viral on social media shows a fish with features resembling a human face, supposedly filmed at Samsara Lake in a region called Karanji. The recording amazed many internet users, leading some to believe in the discovery of a new species. However, there is no scientific evidence or official record of a fish with a human face. A widely accepted hypothesis is that the coloration and texture of the scales on its head, coincidentally positioned, created this illusion. Looking closely, despite seeming truly strange and resembling a face, everything indicates it is merely a visual coincidence. An impressive video that went viral on social media shows the arrival of a bird known as the shoebill stork, emitting sounds reminiscent of machine gun fire. This prehistoric-looking bird is native to the swampy regions of Central and Eastern Africa, such as Uganda, South Sudan, and Zambia. The shoebill stork is known for its enormous shoe-shaped bill and imposing stature, reaching up to 1.5 meters in height. Its silent and motionless behavior for long periods, combined with its peculiar appearance, contributes to its enigmatic aura. The gun-like sound is the result of a behavior called clattering, in which the bird rapidly snaps its bill, producing a noise that can be mistaken for gunfire. This sound is used in social interactions, such as greetings or during the mating season. Because of its very different appearance, its rarity, and its terrifying gaze, many people doubted even its existence after the video went viral. A video that went viral on social media shows Kenneth Dew, a resident of California, United States, walking with his two colorful pet macaws. In the recording, the birds fly while Kenneth runs behind them, holding them by a kind of leash. He created this practice, which he calls exercise, a combination of ave, bird, and exercise, to include his macaws in his fitness routine. Kenneth is known as the Birdman and intended to participate in at least 10 races that year, with the birds helping his physical preparation. The unusual scene generated various reactions on social media, with users expressing surprise and admiration for the interaction. Some comments highlighted the uniqueness of the situation, while others questioned the safety and welfare of the birds during exercise. Although walking macaws on leashes is uncommon, it is important to consider the necessary care to ensure the bird's safety and comfort. Experts recommend that any activity involving pets prioritize their well-being, avoiding practices that may cause stress or physical harm. A video circulating on social media shows an armed man entering an establishment in Russia and attempting to approach the cashier, who ignores him completely. In the security camera footage, we see the criminal entering the place, approaching the counter where the woman was working, and brandishing a gun, tries to threaten her. Yet, surprisingly, she completely ignores his presence, continuing to work as if nothing were happening. What is most curious is that not only she but the customers also do the same, leaving the perpetrator uncertain about what to do. In the end, he persists in the robbery, pointing the gun at the woman again, who continues to ignore him. Finally, he is ejected from the premises by a customer who, fed up with his insistence, pushes him out, and he is expelled despite being armed. You have surely watched the movie Ice Age and remember the squirrel chasing after nuts, the famous acorns. Well, a squirrel in North America took nut storage seriously and did it in an antenna. It found a hole giving access to the structure, and since there was plenty of space inside, it decided to store all its nuts there. There were so many that the result is surreal when the company's employees opened the antenna to remove the accumulated acorns. The quantity is so bizarre, it looked like a rain of nuts, and although it seemed to be the work of many squirrels, it was not. Believe it or not, it was done by a single squirrel that chose to stash all its acorns inside the antenna. A video recording of a football match in Argentina left many people stunned. The stadium simply looked like it would collapse at any moment. The fans were celebrating, the team was winning, and everyone was singing in unison. In that collective chant, there were synchronized jumps, and each leap made the ground tremble in a way that gave the impression the stadium would crumble at any moment. Although it seemed that the stadium was about to collapse and cause a tragedy, that will not happen. In fact, it would be worse if the ground did not shake, as that would mean the structure was absorbing all the impact, which could lead to cracks. Of course, this is a very rough explanation, but it helps to understand. In 2021, Croatia was struck by an earthquake that caused great damage to several cities, but what drew the most attention was what happened the following day. While political leaders were giving live interviews about the previous day's disaster, they were surprised by an even stronger earthquake, also broadcast live. One can clearly see people panicking, cameras shaking and losing alignment, and everyone losing their balance. The live transmission continued during the tremor. You can see dust rising, a result of collapsing buildings. The microphone disconnected from the camera due to the quake's force, and afterward, it was barely possible to hear what was happening around. No one was injured in the interview area, but hundreds were wounded by this magnitude 6.1 earthquake on the Richter scale. This animal you are seeing now, could it be a snake? At least it has the look, shape, gait, and colors. But there is a peculiarity. It simply walks instead of slithering. The traditional mode of snake locomotion is crawling, moving side to side, creating friction with the ground. But in this case, you can see it kind of walking, as if propelled by hundreds of invisible little feet. It is so bizarre that it is difficult even to explain. The video was posted on an online forum, where many people concluded that this snake seems to have thousands of tiny feet underneath, but that is not exactly what is happening. Perhaps this snake is moving by rectilinear locomotion, similar to caterpillars, which is still unusual for snakes. A very old video that became quite famous online shows a man filming his friends at a party and, upon reaching the kitchen, an unknown being passes by the window. The video begins lightheartedly, with a young man recording his friends in a festive mood. However, upon moving to the kitchen, everything changes. When he notices something strange, a humanoid creature passing by the window, he panics, causing fear among everyone in the house. Although it seems they did not see the creature, everyone believes what he said he saw. They search the rest of the house, find nothing, and the video ends. The recording hit the internet and became one of the most popular among supernatural enthusiasts.
Vocês nem esperaram pra festa aí, né, mano? Meu Deus do céu, que porra é essa, velho? Mano, eu vi alguma coisa aqui, Thiago. Tem alguma coisa que passou aqui, velho.
According to reports, no one else was arriving at the house and everyone present was inside. Therefore, upon seeing that supposed ghost passing by, the young man became desperate. The video remains a mystery to this day, with many experts unable to confirm whether it is real or just a well-done hoax. Imagine going for a test drive and simply destroying the car dealership. This really happened. In the city of Mandi, India, a Hyundai dealership suffered great losses after a teenager entered one of the test cars, turned the key, engaged first gear, released the clutch and sped off, smashing through the glass facade of the store and stopping only after colliding with a parked car. Although it seems serious, no one was injured. The losses, however, were significant for the teenager's parents, who are legally responsible. And yes, the boy knew what he was doing. To start the car and engage gear, he was fully aware, but he lost control of the vehicle. A Mexican worker, an employee of Pemex, the state oil company, had a terrifying experience during his shift when he filmed a strange figure resembling a woman at the top of a distant tree. The man was performing his duties on a normal day when he spotted something extremely odd atop a tree farther away from where he was. Not understanding what it was and overcome by fear, he decided to film the occurrence to have proof in case he told someone who would not believe him. In the video, one can see the treetop in the distance when a strange figure suddenly appears, seeming to wave its arms. The scene clearly frightens the worker. After all, what could that entity be? In an attempt to find an explanation for what he witnessed, the man shared the video on social media, and the recording quickly generated a real uproar. Many internet users began associating the apparition with an old local legend about a Mexican woman living isolated in the middle of the forest. Don't forget to subscribe so you can watch more videos like this.